Hi everyone, IntuitiveEdge. Welcome back once again to my channel. And we're going to look at our week ahead. It's that time of week. So I'm a day early, but I wanted to get this out. It's kind of been weighing on my mind to kind of see how next week is shaping up. We're going to start this on for Monday for this next week. Now I want to do this a little differently. I always do my week ahead videos. I try different spreads. I do different things. But this week I feel guided to do a card for each day of the week. I've not done this before on a week ahead video. So this is going to be a little different, a little new. So I'm going to do one card each day of the week and then an overall outcome for the week. And then asking what gives us hope. I also felt guided to do an overview after that of 4 cards for an overview on 4 different topics for the week. So I'll be shuffling up and doing that with a different deck. But for now, I'm going to shuffle up here and lay out cards for each day of this week coming up. What are the energies around each day? We've got hearings coming up this week. This election is not over. It's being hotly contested. Media outlets are declaring Biden the projected winner, although nothing has been certified at this point. And votes are still being counted from what I understand. And there is a host of what looks to be potential fraud involved. So we want to get to the bottom of all of this. And so let's look at our week ahead. And I'm just going to shuffle up and I'll be right back. We'll get started. All right, so here we go. Monday. Let's see what we got here. I'm just going to lay out a few and we'll talk about what we've got. A lot of reversals this week. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and upside down. Okay. All right. So Monday we have the Hermit card. I'm using my cat deck this week. And messages, what I'm sensing with this card or seeing with this card. This is a card about self-reflection, going within. This is a card about things being uncovered or needing to dig deeper. So there's probably the effort there to uncover, to look deeper, find the deeper hidden things, hidden meanings, probably looking at some of the fraud or other things that have come up that have been alleged with this. There's going to be a deep dive into some of that, okay? What I'm sensing with this card is that the fraud is extensive. Now, anybody could probably, you don't need a psychic to tell you that, but it does feel like it's fraud within fraud within fraud. I mean, it's like there's layers and layers of it. It's not just ballots, that suddenly appeared here that weren't marked or weren't appropriate. It's deep, it's extensive, it's systemic, if you want to use that word. And I feel like there's all these areas of things to look at. It's like it's almost feeling overwhelming. Looking at we look here, we find fraud. We look here, we find fraud. We look down here, we find it. And it's just everywhere. But it's like it all kind of stems from one place or all leads back into one kind of area, but it's branched out. It's branched out. I get the sense that there's so many people in on it who are willing to do the wrong thing, who don't know right from wrong, and they're willing to do what is wrong. And that's a very sad statement on our society, on people in general, that they would put their partisan politics ahead of doing what is right. But sadly, I see that pretty strongly with a large group, a large swath of the population that would be willing to do that. Okay, I do see there's something that's leading. Let me see this a little clearer. There's something that is leading more. There's like a rabbit hole to go down, to go in, to look at. And there's some, okay, hold on a second. Okay, so I'll show you this card, this cat. Now, those pomegranates all around the tree, that to me, I was feeling that was symbolic of the fraud popping up here and there and everywhere all around. But the cat's tail is pointing down into that hole. That's where I feel like there's something deeper, something more. And I just, for some reason, was drawn to this branch here. Almost looks like a snake also pointing down in there. So I think there's going to be even more uncovered this week. Some of this is going to be out in the periphery, some of the, the ballots and things, but there's something deeper. And that's going to be, it's like something is pulling back and exposing an even deeper, darker level of this. Okay, all right. And that's just on Monday, okay? All right, Tuesday I've got the Seven of Sky. Oh, Tuesday came upside down. I'll show it to you upright. All right, now this is a card of kind of watching your P's and Q's, something about a tricky situation. Okay, I'm getting some interesting messages on Tuesday. Again, with the Seven of Sky, I had to sit with this card for a few moments. But I get that there might be starting to be some protests, perhaps in front of the White House or the Supreme Court or some area in DC, some federal building. I see something about people gathering. It might start to get a little raucous. But I also, on a different note, I'm getting kind of mixed messages coming in. Another message coming in feels as though that someone has stirred up. Let me make sure I'm saying what I'm sensing. But it's almost like you caused yourself to be exposed. You're bringing about your own exposure. So look for that. Somebody or some group or something they're exposing themselves. And I don't think they mean to or want to, but they are. Okay, not sure what that is. I'm just gonna leave that there. Okay, all right. Okay, so for Wednesday, we have the Seven of C. It also came in reversed. I'll show it to you upright. Seven of C. Card of overwhelming choices. Too much going on. Honestly, when I feel into this card, I feel really ramping up the rhetoric. Not so much that, but what I'm sensing is the ramping up of agitation. We may see an escalation of tensions. I feel tense. I feel just a tension coming through. That's going to be amplified come Wednesday. Things, let me see if I get any other messages. Hold on. Okay. This feels influenced by a negative vibe or a negative force. I get the sense that when people are in a group and they're protesting and they're angry, it's almost like a mob mentality can come on people, and they might end up doing things just out of the being in the moment that they wouldn't normally do. And it feels like that kind of influence is driving, and it feels like a dark influence driving Wednesday. Pushing people to act in a way that they would not normally act. And it feels related to crowds, to perhaps organizing, grouping, but acting out. People acting irrational, Look for irrational behaviors or strange, anomalous behavior from either individuals or possibly more likely in groups. That's what I'm sensing. People doing things they wouldn't normally do, but it's like that they get overcome in the moment, and that's a dark negative entity or energy that is influencing things, okay? Yeah, there's an energy that's coming in that is manipulating the masses, okay? Okay, moving down into the week even further to get that feeling is increasing, okay? I've got the Sea Queen upside down. She's usually grounded, level-headed, but upside down she's lost control of her emotions, okay? She's riding an emotional roller coaster, and that's the energy of this. So in addition to what happens on Wednesday, this is like losing your emotional compass and letting your emotions just go rampant. Okay, there's going to be people that are going to go off, unfortunately. People are just going to lose their sense of normal, what they would normally be and do. Perhaps even normally nice people are going to go off, okay? I'm not saying everybody, but it's going to affect certain people that are just, certain people might snap, okay? Oh God, there's a lot coming in on Thursday with people's emotions being manipulated, people, and again, it's like same with Wednesday with that dark force I saw kind of influencing people. This is like it's all just gonna bleh, people just bleh online or wherever else, acting out again Thursday as well as Wednesday, but it a little bit different on Thursday. It's like it's even more volatile. I don't know how to describe this. Oh man. Okay, hold on, guys. I kind of get the sense that this will be a case study in years to come for psychologists to look back and analyze. They may use this in teaching about group behavior and how people can be influenced by their surroundings and influenced by what happens around them. I feel like this what happens now is going to be talked about for years to come, by professionals and others trying to understand what went wrong. Okay. I also get a sense of China being behind some of it, whether it's like trying to manipulate things online or there's some little hand, I don't know exactly how, but some little hand of theirs trying to add something into the mix to keep the discord going, okay? Yeah. All right, Friday. Friday I get some type of decision being made. I also get like a call for calm or an offer of calling for the calm, for cool heads to prevail. Someone kind of puts themselves out there in a big way, like probably a big, I don't know, I don't think it's a media person, but it's somebody who has a big audience. And they're putting themselves out there kind of in a vulnerable way. And their message is calling for cooler heads to prevail and for calm. All right, here's the card. This is the Knight of Cups. It's actually the Sea Tom in this deck. I use all different decks in my head. You know, I look at this and I'm like, okay, yeah, that's the... Anyway. I go with the general meaning, and so I know which card... Anyway. So, yeah, Sea Tom, Knight of Cups, same thing. Anyway. But I sense something kind of going... Somebody kind of going a little bit vulnerable to try to quell or smooth things or get people to kind of calm down, or at least a truce. Even not trying to get people to agree, because I don't think that's going to be happening, but like a calm, like we're just truce, calm. Let's calm this. Oh my gosh. I see this person between, oh, okay. I don't know if this person steps in literally in the middle of a fight and kind of breaks it up, like call everybody just take a breath. Or if it's like on the national stage, using their voice to kind of say, okay, we're calming each side down. But this person is almost, this is interesting. I sense this person like putting themselves out on the line, literally, like putting themselves out there and being transparent and vulnerable when they could get hurt, and using their position to kind of move things a little bit smooth things out. Sorry, my words. Smooth things out. And to stop the fighting for a short time, or try to kind of intervene. Okay, somebody's intervening. Okay, for Saturday, we have the High Priestess came in reversed. I'll show it to you upright. All right, so this card came in reversed. And with this reversal, I just don't get a good feeling with it. It feels as though the picture is just looking bleak. And I feel like there's a small window of opportunity for this to turn around and change. And it feels like that window is just starting to close and get smaller and smaller. And it's like crowded. This is a card of inner wisdom and inner truth. And it's like truth is kind of being occulted, choked out, and it's almost like it's just about the point where truth is going to be overshadowed and overtaken. Okay. And then something comes Sunday. Sunday we have this card of getting the upper hand. Now, if you look at this Seven of Fire, this cat is on higher ground and he's fighting off his enemies. And fighting, it's a struggle, but it's getting the upper hand. So I think what I could make of this is that just when things are looking their bleakest, something is going to change it around. And I don't know if it's going to be a dramatic change or just something is going to shift between next Saturday and Sunday. Because things are going to start to really look bleak. And then it's like something comes in to change it a little, give a little breath of fresh air, or change the trajectory, or give the upper hand again to the truth. Oh, wow. Okay, the overall outcome for the week, a broad overview, is this card. Now, kind of a bleak card. This is the Ten of Swords. If you look at this, Ten of Sky, Ten of Swords. But this cat, he's got his back up against the wall. He's been in a fight. He looks rough. And it's like there's nowhere else to go. It's kind of like you're coming to the end. Okay. Beat up and like you're at your wit's end. And then the next question was, what gives us hope? Because I always like to leave us a little hope. Now I have the reversed Ace of Fire. Reversed. What I get with this is that it's not... What what I'm sensing with this is that it's not over in a good way. It's like the fight is still there. This is not over. That there's still hope for change, for radical change, to change the trajectory of this. There's still a possibility for change. And it's almost like someone has been given, or they're taking some type of authority, using their authority, using their magic wand, so to speak. I get that with this card. Looking at this again, with that cat with that fire in its paw, kind of holding the hordes back. There is something new coming around the corner. And I think the following week will be really important. I think that's the following week, not this coming week, but the following, I think, is when we might see some announcement or some type of special address to the nation, perhaps. So we'll see that probably after this week. But this week's a little bit cantankerous, chaotic. Okay. Bottom card is the Hope card reversed. So, we've got hope. It might take a little bit of, it might not look it so much this week. I think we've got a little bit of stuff to work through. Like I said before, I think things are coming to a head this coming week. It's going to come to a head. Okay, the last is 4 cards. I used a different deck. This is 4 areas that I felt of angelic assistance with this week, or kind of an overview of how things are going to kind of play out. But it feels like there's help, from the other side. Now, the first area is an overview of the election. What I get with this is the reverse justice card. Reverse justice is about an unfair situation. Things are not right. And it feels as though there's something coming in, some energy coming in to rebalance and to shed light on the truth. This gal here is holding up that crystal ball or globe, whatever that is. She's holding that light, that ball of light, and also the scales of justice. And it feels like that with things being, that this week is going to be very probably chaotic in some respects. And that feels like it's bringing balance and truth, but it's going to take a little bit of work. The court. Now, for the court, we have this card, the 10 of Swords. This is about endings. I think the court is going to make a final judgment or a final decision. This is about things being final, things being over. And so I do think the court will make some type of determination that will basically end things. May not be till later in the week. We'll see if that's correct or not. But it feels like it's going to be a little later on. But I do think they will come to a decision. The next is the 2. This is on the action. What action will come this week? Now, this one I kind of sat with for a little while. We have the 2 of Wands. Now, as I sat and I looked at this person is holding a globe, and there's 2 rods there, 2 sticks. And I really got the sense that represented 2 states, 2 states. So it may come down to 2 states. And I felt like this was Trump he's holding the globe and it's like he's got one of the states of the 2 that he needs. And it feels like that opens the door. It's almost to me, it looked like grabbing onto a door to open a door, if that was a door. But that's what it looked like to me. It's like you're getting ready to walk through. And the card underneath, the last card is the win. which way does the wind go? Now I've got a reversed knight. Knights are messengers. And this knight he's got his rod and he's walking. It came in reversed. To me, it's like a reversal of the way it was going. Now, if the courts rule and Trump gets the upper hand, he'll be declared the winner. And we'll have to see what will come with that address. I think I'm going to do a separate video on that. I do think Trump will make a historic announcement at some point, perhaps the week following. But I'm going to probably do a separate video on that to see kind of what the flavor is of that's going to be coming out. I do think that this will clear a path to Trump's victory. This card being reversed with this other knight just having to walk the other direction. I mean, we'll see if that is Trump and Biden. But it comes down to 2 states, and whoever gets the upper hand on at least one of them will be declared the winner. And I think it'll be final this week. At least something will be final in the courts. Okay, whether it's the whole shebang or some big piece, some big chunk. I'm thinking it'll all be final. Okay, that's kind of what I'm feeling, what I'm leaning toward. That's what I'm sensing, but we'll see. We'll see. All right, this was long. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you being with me. We'll catch you next time. This has been Intuitive Edge. See you in the next video. Bye for now.